Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of I Should Be Painting. This week we are going to be talking about how stress has affected me recently and how my hobby has helped me deal with it. No matter where you are in the world, right now is a very stressful time. There is a large amount of uncertainty and fear, and nobody knows when things are going to even out. Especially here in the United States, the past 2 weeks have been very difficult. Many of you may have noticed this past week, I did not post a new This Old 40K, and that's because I was feeling very stressed and very overwhelmed. And those feelings made it very difficult for me to be productive, particularly in my hobby. I spent most of last week and last weekend watching the news, stressing out, and not sleeping. That was until Wednesday. Last Wednesday, a good friend of mine and a longtime patron, Aaron, who's been on the show many times, including our holiday extravaganza, asked me if I wanted to hobby and chat with him over the internet. And at first I said, no, I'm not really feeling up to that. But then, after thinking about it, I thought, actually, this is exactly what I need. A chance to hang out with my friends and work on my hobby. With Aaron's permission, I asked if my friends Sean and Josh could join us for a Zoom and hobby chat, which we wound up live streaming. Outside of live streaming for about an hour and a half, we spent in total about 4 hours hanging out, hobbying, and chatting about everything except the news. We talked about the new Warhammer 40K, we talked about the models that we were working on, we talked about what we were excited for, we just chilled. The camaraderie and distraction that the hobby and my friends was able to bring to me was exactly what I needed. And the truth is that the community and the hobby itself is a fantastic outlet for helping us all deal with the difficult feelings that the past couple months and the next couple months may still be bringing. So if you're like me and feeling a bit overwhelmed and stressed out and you haven't been using your hobby as a distraction, I strongly recommend that you pick up some paint, pick up your brushes, and go ahead and hobby. But not just by yourself, although that's perfectly reasonable too. If you just want to get away from it all, sit at your desk and paint some miniatures, that is a fantastic way to help deal with all of the craziness that's been going on. But I strongly recommend that you call up some of your good buddies and your hobby family, maybe even call your game store and set up some Zoom calls or some Skype calls and hang out and just hobby. So I hope everybody out there is doing well. I hope that you're happy. I hope that you're safe. And if you are feeling stressed, paint those stresses away. Feel free to join us on our Discord if you want to share the hobbies that you're doing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and just in general, be part of the community. This week, my 3 featured creators are all from YouTube, and they are all projects to help get us inspired, to keep us focused and distracted for when we need that distraction, because sometimes we all do. Here we are at the computer, and we are going to be taking a look at our 3 featured creators this week. These creators are all YouTube projects, and many of you may be familiar with them already, but if you're not, these are a couple projects that hopefully will get you inspired. First, we are stopping off at Duncan Rhodes, his YouTube channel, Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy. Duncan used to paint for Warhammer 40K Games Workshop official. I don't know if he still does, but he has his own channel now. He's closing in on 100,000 subscribers, and this is a project which is very timely because it is a battle sister. His tutorials are always very easy to follow and yield great results. So if you want to paint some sisters or you're just looking to check out a good painting tutorial, Duncan is a fantastic person to go to. Next up, we are going over to one of my other favorite channels, and that's Luke App's Geek Gaming Scenics, and this is a fantastic tutorial that he has done on adding water effects to your base. I find this base to be very creative and very realistic, so if you're looking to take your models to that next level and you want to add some water effects to your base, which is a great project, this is a really nice tutorial to take a look at. Lastly, we are moving away from the traditional miniatures that we normally talk about on this channel, and we are going over to Tested, where they made these amazing little dioramas that look like sunken, dystopian, destroyed cityscapes. Again, this is tested.com, and it's a 30-minute tutorial on making one of these little Scenicapes. I thought that this would be a great project to use for a base, but it's also just a cool little project if you want to try something different, but you probably have all of the materials that you need on hand. Of course, you do need some sort of water effect, but I know a lot of us do keep water effect on hand all the time. So I hope that you are all well and happy, or as well and happy as we all can be during these difficult times. And if you do need a mental distraction, remember that your hobby is always there for you. I hope that these 3 projects are inspiring. As always, hit that bell button so you never miss an update. Take your patronage to the next level by checking out our Patreon in the links below, or sign up for our newsletter at Cool Guys Nation. And as always, we'll see you on the table.